Welcome back to the Create.Control video tutorial series. In this video, let's learn how to create snapshots to change the spatial dynamics of your show on the fly. As we can see here, we've got the positions of all of our objects set in the venue, and now we want to start preparing our show. However, first, we recommend saving a snapshot with the real positions of all of your sound objects to function as a baseline for your show. This also makes creating new snapshots a breeze and gives us a jumping off point when reopening the project. To do so, simply open the Snapshots panel and click the blue Create Snapshot button. Then give it a name. In this case, I'll call it Default. Then click Create. Now that I've created my default snapshot, I'm going to save my project. Now, if we reopen the project, we'll see that all of the objects are positioned at the point of origin. This is so that if a show is currently running and Create.Control is opened, it will display the current state of the Soundscape processor rather than overwriting it. Now that we have the objects in our session, we simply click the Recall Snapshot button to reposition them. Great! Now, when working with this band, in their set, the first song has a drier rock and roll sound, and we want to position the objects for realism. However, in their second song, it's a ballad, and we want a lush 3D room acoustic to push the boundaries of realism. Additionally, some of the objects will not play in this ballad. For the rock and roll song, we'll make sure there's no on space on the drums, keeping them tight and dry. And we'll add just a little bit of on space to the rest of the instruments and vocals. Now we'll simply create a new snapshot and we'll call this Song 1, Rock and Roll. Now when we recall the default snapshot, we'll see that the on-space send level above all of our objects will return to the default value of -120 dB. And when we recall the Song 1 snapshot, we'll see that the on-space send level above all of our objects increases to their set level for this song. Now let's recall the default to prepare the ballad. For the ballad, first, we'll mute all of the drums as they're not used in this song. Next, the guitar's volume has been decreased drastically, and the bass will have just a little bit of on-space send on it. While the synthesizer sounds, we want to have more spread and more on-space. Additionally, this song features a duet between the lead vocalist and one of the background vocalists, and the other background vocalists move to a new position on stage. Then of course we need that sweet, sweet on space on the vocals. Now that we've got our ballad song prepared, we'll simply click the Create Snapshot button and name it Song 2 Ballad. Now if we recall our default, we see again the on-space send levels are at 0 and our drums are unmuted and our objects are back in their correct positions. We can now use the next and previous buttons to change snapshots during our show in real time. Now let's say we want to have a smooth transition between Song 1 and Song 2. So the objects will slowly move into their positions and all of the levels will slowly adjust. That's easy. All we need to do is go to the Snapshots view, and on Song 2 Ballad, we'll apply a crossfade. I'll make it simply 5 seconds. And now, when we return to the Soundscape view, if we recall Song 1, and then recall Song 2, we see that over 5 seconds, those levels and positions adjust. But what if the band decides to change their setlist order right before the show? That's no problem. We simply open the Snapshots view and change the IDs. The ID list will always display in ascending order, so to simply shift Song 1 to the end, we'll change the ID to 4.0. We'll cover the rest of the Snapshots view in another video. Returning to the soundscape view, we can see that now with the new IDs, the song order has changed, so we can easily adjust that song order on the fly with just a few clicks. And that's it for this video. You can see how easy it is to create a snapshot to change the spatial dynamics of your show in real time. Thanks for watching.